Hello everyone, this is Will from Apple One-to-One. Thank you guys for joining us for the week announcements that Apple has been showing off the last couple of days, but we have the final announcement that they did today is that the new MacBook Pro with the M4, the M4 Pro, and the M4 Max chip is now going to be available for purchase. We kind of expected this was going to be the last announcement, and we're going to go over some of the details of what this new MacBook Pro has that is over the M3 version of that machine. So let's talk about number one, the display upgrade. So they now can show SDR content up to 1,000 nits. They have also added for the first time a nano texture finish option that'll help with the glares and distractions. So that'll be a feature that has not been seen on the MacBook Pro in a while. They have also added the center stage camera to the machine as well, which is great because I think it's annoying that I have to hook up my iPhone. I think it'd be much better with this chip. The M4 Pro, and obviously we now have the Max chip was introduced. It also supports 128 gigs of unified memory. If God forbid you need that. We also have the Thunderbolt 5 is now coming to the Pro and Max models. So now we have Thunderbolt 5 across all those ports in there. The battery life has increased. They've added 2 hours pretty much from the previous models, and 24 hours is the expected battery life of these machines, which, yeah, okay. The good thing is they have not changed anything about the pricing. The 14-inch MacBook Pro starts at, I believe, $1,599, and then $1,999 for the Pro, and then, but that's with 512 storage. 16 gigs of RAM. The M4 Pro is actually giving you 24 gigs of RAM, so they're actually giving you much more. The 16-inch M4 Pro version starts at $24.99, also coming with 24 gigs of RAM with the 512 storage. So that is going to be the new features of this machine. The MacBook Pro is available as pre-order today, and the first orders are to arrive on the 8th. All right, so let's talk about what you can buy here. So the cheapest we're starting off is with $15.99. Again, all the specs are here for what storage-wise you can do. These are all M4 chips if you want to do the M4 models. These are 14-inch screens. So if you go to 16, the M4 Pro starting at $24.99. And then if you wanted to get a Max chip, it starts at $34.99. And that starts with a 14-core, 36 gigs of memory with 1 terabyte of storage. So that's already the base model on here. Let's go crazy here. Let's go and select the highest model we can possibly do. So this is if you wanted to get a 16-inch, add the nano texture, of course. Let's upgrade the memory to $1,000 to go to 128. Let's go to 8 terabyte storage, and we are looking at a total of $7,349 if you wanted to max out this entire machine. Whew, that is a lot. Okay, so that is the 16-inch model. If you wanted to go that far with it, let's talk about if we just wanted a basic 14-inch. Let's go to an M4 14-inch, and let's go select that one. That's the cheapest model you can do here. Again, the nano texture is available, which is great on all. And these are Thunderbolt 4 ports. Just remember that. And the highest you could do on this is a 32 gig. You can go to 2 terabytes. You can upgrade the power adapter if you wanted to. And it's $26.19, so not too terrible for this machine. With a little minor update, this is breaking news as well, is that the MacBook Air is now going to start with 16 gigs of RAM with no price increase. That includes the M2 and the M3 version you could buy on the website. So, sorry, you're kind of out of luck if you just bought a computer in the last 2 months or 3 months, but they did upgrade the RAM to 16. So now we're 16 gigs across the board. This was like, I know, a fight for a lot of people. People did not like the fact that we were not getting 16 gigs of RAM, which should be a standard thing going forward. But Apple listened and they actually changed it. So that's the MacBook Pro that came out. This is a very powerful chip. There are so many different specs differences that even compared to my M1 Max that this has. And is it tempting to get it? Yes. Is there a design change? No. Other than center stage, there is nothing different about my physical overall look of the machine other than getting the nano texture glass option, which I'm not going to do, and the brightness probably. But beyond that, you know, right now I'm sticking with my M1 Max. I don't see this Pro making a big difference for me. I would have to pay $5,000 for this machine to compare it. Am I ready to do that and trade this in and get a very undervalued Mac value that Apple would give me right now? No. You know, I mean, I would have to sell this like for a good chunk to make this worth it. And I'll have to give a little call to my Apple friends. But that is the Mac today. So that's all the announcements. I'm very impressed with all the announcements they did this week. I think there are some really significant ones. Obviously, if I was if I would say what announcement really impressed me the most, that would be the Mac Mini. I think that the new design, it looks amazing for $599. This is an incredibly powerful machine for that price. I do like the MacBook Pro. I think anybody that is currently on an M1 Max, I would say don't upgrade yet. Even look at older models, see if there's some discounted older models that you can get, but I just don't feel like I can make the jump yet. For iMac, I would say if you still are running an Intel-based iMac, it's now time to make that change. My parents are running that version, and honestly, I think it's time for them to make a change, but they're also not running out the door to buy a new Mac at this time. So it's really up to you guys, but I think there's some really great announcements this week. I'm glad they're adding more RAM to all the machines. I think that was very important. I think that the Pro and the Max chip is doing some really amazing stuff. The speed that these machines are going to run, and even for the base models now, the base models feel like they could do everything you need to do without anything. And even for me, I even think that the base model could do what I wanted to do. So it's just really incredible stuff. Great job on the announcements. I'm really excited to see what comes out. Me and Frank might talk about these announcements later on in the week, maybe just do a quick podcast just to compare some things. Otherwise, we appreciate you guys looking at all the content we've been doing, and I love every single one of you.